Winter break has passed and students have to adjust to getting back into the school vibe. However, it won't be long until the second marking period ends, and along with the second marking period ending is the midterms. The midterm tests are a big part of a high schooler's grade as they take 10% of a student's year-round average. With this information alone, it can be motivating for a student to work hard to get a good grade. Feelings for the upcoming midterms were mixed from the students at the high school.
I'm feeling confident about the midterms because I'm a senior now and it's going to be easy to take them since I know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't feel good about it at all because I don't study that much, and I do, but I feel like I'm still going to fail anyway.
So I was nervous about the midterms because I've been struggling in statistics for the past couple weeks, so I was really nervous about it. And it was my last midterm, so I had been studying all week for all the other ones and had kind of left it off, and it ended up doing bad, so it was definitely nerve-wracking for the one midterm, but the rest were okay.
Students also have to prepare for multiple midterms as every subject is required to give one. Depending on a student's schedule, midterms can be easier for some, while others might struggle to keep up. Every midterm, though, always has a little bit of a challenge. Regardless, the students give what they think is the hardest midterm.
Probably math, because math is the hardest for everybody, really. So it's just kind of hard to understand.
Statistics was definitely my hardest midterm, and it's the one I ended up doing the worst on. But my AP English midterm was difficult also because we did a practice AP test. So obviously we still have another half of the year to get ready for that. So it was hard to do it now rather than, have all the preparation for later in the year. So both of them were pretty difficult.
I think my French midterm was the hardest because if you make a mistake, you don't know the language perfectly, so there's not a lot of things to go off of.
A dedicated week to just midterms alone make it very important. But overall, a midterm is almost just like a normal test. But most midterms at least contains the same questions and format as a test as well. This raises a question on why exactly midterms are hyped up to be harder than normal tests.
Just the pressure of being in a classroom for 2 hours and taking one test.
I think that midterms are not necessarily harder than tests, but just the anxiety that they're less often because there's only one midterm, there's multiple tests, and the anxiety just makes it feel harder.
I think part of the reason why midterms are so much harder than regular tests is because we have a week for midterms, and I feel like everyone gets nervous and makes themselves psychs themselves out, if that makes sense. You get nervous for midterms because they make it such a big chunk, but in reality, midterms don't affect you that much other than your yearly grade. So I think part of the reason why midterms are so nerve-wracking is because everyone treats them so differently.
Another important aspect of the midterms is the way the schedule is set up. January 23rd through January 26th is when the midterms will take place. These dates will be half days as each day consists of only 2 extended periods. With 4 days of 2 periods, all 8 periods are gone through. This can be very helpful for many reasons for students, and some explain why it is.
It's just helpful that you only either take 1 or 2 tests per day and you get home around 12 or so and you're able to study or do whatever you want that's worth it for just 2 periods of 2 hour long.
I think that it's helpful because part of it is that it switches your classes around. So I'm used to taking my government class right in the morning and my economics class halfway through the day, but I think going in and knowing that I was just going to have those 2 classes in one day helps because first it focuses your time on just those 2. It helps you use your time wisely, I guess you could say, and I don't know, I just feel like it prepares you better because you know what the next what's coming pretty much. So
Since it's a half day, you don't have to you might have to think about 2 classes rather than 3.
So whether it be the importance of the test or just the possible hours of studying for it, the midterms are something to keep in mind. Things that will definitely help students in Township for the midterms are the fixed schedules and the extra time added to take the test. Another good tip for students is to study a little extra harder for classes you might be struggling in. This will be a big boost for your grade if you do well in the midterm. Good luck to everyone on their midterms, and for Monthly Rewind, Season 22, I'm Miguel Morgan.